Hey guys, welcome back to the Hide. We are back out here in the gun room today with what's in the box. Man, this is a little kit that I've been wanting to get a hold of for a little while. This is from Make It Ring Targets. So let me pop this box open here and I'll show you guys what we're working with today. So this will be a range accessory. So if you have a range that you frequent quite a bit, whether that be public or private, this might be something you want to look into. So this kind of continues the theme of rimfire here at the Hide. So let's see what we got here. So here's some harness machine and fab, and then Make It Ring. Hear what you hit. So Make It Ring Targets. And hey, there's even a promo code if you want to go back and order something from them. Get you 10% off. So there you go. An order of 50 or more. So there, just by watching this video, you save you 10%. So let's take a look at this and see what we got. You know, here on the channel, I've been doing rimfire stuff for quite a while now, and it just keeps getting more and more fun, especially as prices on everything else continue to go up. But this is something I've been wanting to get my hands on for a little while, and as you can expect, it is a KYL kit. So this has 8 different size targets. Here I am dumping all of it out on the table. And it also comes with DOM tubes. So now this is a weldable kit, so I'll have to bust out the welder and weld all these up, but that's how they go. And we can slip these over a central tube, and then you hit them and they swing. So this goes from a 2-inch paddle all the way down to a 1/4-inch paddle. Now this is AR500, so should be good to go. I don't believe any 22s are going to take care of this, so this should last a long time. But let me get these welded up, and I'll show you the KYL stand that I made out of just some scrap stuff that I had here at the Hide, guys. All right, guys, so we got everything welded up, and we got it all put together here. So I just want to kind of go over real quick how I put this one together, and in case you all get one and you want to do the same thing. So nothing overly complicated here, but this is kind of what I did. But I have just a central piece of rebar here that I kind of ground down to fit the diameter of these DOM tubes, and then they just slip over top of that. Now I could have bought just a standalone piece of 1/2-inch diameter stock, but trying to save a few bucks, so I just ground that down and used it. I already had that here at the Hide. So got all the paddles welded up to the tubes, and they're slid over. I made these little spacers to kind of keep each target spaced evenly throughout the entire rack. And then on each side, I put a couple of hose clamps on each side of the rod just to keep the whole unit from shifting from side to side when it's hit. Over here, we got this side of the rebar welded into these little mounts here. And on this side, did the same thing with the exception of welding it. I just tapped a bolt here, so that way it holds it plenty tight. But if I need to take it apart for any reason, maybe I need to repair one of these or something like that, I can pull that apart and pull these apart and do what I need to do with that, and then put it back together pretty easily. So that's pretty cool. And these mounts here I actually had from an older kit. Wasn't really that great, but they work. They're just DOM tubing. It's been cut, looks like about 45-degree angle here, another one perpendicular to that, welded all together, and you can slip your central rod in between each side of that tubing. And for the legs, I just had some old galvanized conduit. So this is a piece of 1-inch going over top of that mount. And then down below, I found a couple of pieces of 3/4. So these slip inside these legs, and then drilled some holes at a few different spots. So that way I can adjust the height if I need to. So, or I can really adjust it and just take it out completely, and then get whatever height you're working at here. I'll get this thing back in there like so, and then set it back, and then you're ready to go. So overall, pretty simple process. It was pretty straightforward. Everything welded together really well. But enough all this yapping. Let's get this thing back out to the hide. Let's put some rounds on it and see if we can find our limits, guys. Okay, guys, so we got our KYL rack sitting there at 50 yards. I'm back here on the mat with the Savage Mark II FVSR 22 long rifle. I've got it outfitted with a SIG Buckmaster's 4 to 16 power scope, so definitely nothing fancy in the way of our rig for today. But it seems to be shooting pretty good. I've been wanting to do a little bit more testing with it anyway. I'm using CCI standard velocity. It seems to shoot that stuff pretty consistently, so I figured why not, we'll give it a go. Now, kind of the name of the game with these targets here is you want to shoot from left to right in succession, all 8 paddles. Now, starting all the way at the far left, you got a 2-inch wide paddle all the way down to a 1/4 inch. So it definitely gets progressively more difficult as you go on. Now, the know your limits kind of concept comes into play whenever you're shooting these for score. So you want to start out with your, say for instance, you hit your first 6. You're not confident enough in 7th, so you opt not to shoot it, so you can take your 6 points for that round. Now let's say you want to push your luck and go on for that 7th. You end up missing the 7th target. You get 0 points for that round. So that's where the know your limits kind of comes into play. It definitely makes it very interesting for even if you just got a couple of buddies out just plinking around in your backyard. But let's see what we can do here. I got a magazine loaded up. We'll take some shots and hopefully luck will be on our side. All right. All right, nice. We hit all 8. So, guys, that's kind of what you do. You just kind of go from left, then all the way to the right, progressively getting smaller as you go. So that right there would count as 8 points for that round. It is, I'm going to tell you, it is definitely challenging. Let me get you some shots of the rig I'm shooting today. Again, she is nothing at all special, but it seems to be doing pretty good. The SIG scope for the price, not terrible, not too bad. Got 10-round mag, just a cheap bipod. It is threaded, but I'll be honest with you, it's kind of interesting. This rifle here is probably the first Savage that I've personally owned. This thing shoots like absolute crap with the suppressor on it. I take it off, it's pretty much lights out with that CCI standard. So I don't know what that's about, but it kind of is what it is. But nonetheless, you guys can kind of see it's a pretty good ways down there whenever you take the magnification off the camera. But let me know if you like this content, guys. May get some more of it for the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Really does help. As always, shoot straight. Later.